Well, now play has just started in the 1961 Grand Final between Hawthorn and Footscray. There was a missed kick on Footscray. Hawthorn now into attack through the agency of Brendan Edwards. He goes over, trundles the ball in front of him, but it looks as though a free kick will be given to Brendan Edwards on the wing position on the members' side of the ground. Kicks into attack. Schultz comes in for Footscray, cannot pick up. Here's a chance for Hawthorn to go further downfield, and a free kick has been paid to Hawthorn in the person, I believe, of Hill. Number 11, Hill of Hawthorn, on the half-forward flank to drive the Hawks into attack. There's Hill's kick. It's a punt kick going right down into the teeth of goal. Players set themselves. They fly high. Mark has been pulled down for Footscray by John Schultz. In the last line of defence, Schultz pulled that mark down. We might take this opportunity of introducing ourselves. Michael Williamson from Channel 7 introducing. Bert Deacon, former Carlton Brownlow medalist, Jeff Raymond and Reg Hickey. We will be your commentators throughout this historic grand final at the MCG. Hawthorn into attack once again, and the ball goes over the line and out of bounds. There's the throw in. Players set themselves up. Goes Winnicky, gets the knockdown. It's picked up by Law. Law racing into an open goal, and press score to the Hawks. Law, very quick, very nippy onto the ball, picked it up, and without opposition drove through to make Hawthorn 1 goal. Footscray no score, and the match has only been going for approximately 1 minute. Bert Deacon, your thoughts on the game?
Well, very interesting to note that only 3 Hawthorn players are in long sleeves, and only 1 Footscray player in the person of Jack Slattery is in long sleeves.
Right, there's the knockdown. Schultz got it, but it goes to Hawthorn. Edwards handballing out now to Fisher. Cannot pick up. The ball is knocked away from him. Footscray into attack through the agency of Ian, and right down into the forward zone. It was Hobbs who came out. It was unable to pick up. Players tumbling over each other. Hobbs has it again. Handballs to nobody in particular. Here's a chance now as the ball is picked up. Footscray has the opportunity to score. There are too many Hawthorn men there at the moment, and Hawthorn clears, but a free kick has been awarded. A free kick has been awarded to Footscray. Has he done so? No. Umpire Frank Swab, the umpire for this grand final, has called for the ball up. Thought he may have awarded a free kick there for a moment. There's the ball up. Players set themselves. The knockdown by Winnicky goes into the arms of Beamish. Nobody able to clear. Eventually driven right into the teeth of goals and is forced through for 1 behind. 1 behind to Footscray at this juncture. Waiting for the Hawthorn fullback Les Killercane to take the kick off. See which side of the ground he favours. He's favouring the member side. It's a drop kick, not a particularly good one. However, players have the opportunity. In comes for Footscray at trying to pick that boy up there. He's got so many players around him, it's almost impossible. But Spargo has the opportunity. Way wide of his centre position. In comes Bryant. And the free kick has been given to Bobby Spargo, the Footscray centreman. Oh, he's miles out of position. He's between the forward pocket and half-forward flank on the grandstand side, in front of the smoker stand, actually. Here is Spargo's kick off the side of his boot and will go over the line just in front of the Graysmith stand.
Well, Mike, nobody's got any great ascendancy yet, but the first thing to note, of course, that there's no breeze at all. It's not favouring any end. It seems to be coming across the ground, but there's a goal for Footscray through the agency of, I think it was Quarrell, was it?
It was Quarrell, yes, Bird. Very quick on his feet, very nippy. Johnny Quarrell, a half-forward flanker. He was as quick as a flash then and popped it through while Bert was talking. Well, that puts Footscray in the lead. There's the bounce again. Up they go. Schultz gets the knockdown, but it's sharked very cleverly then by Brendan Edwards. Drives the Hawks right into attack. It's down forward. Peck comes out, misses the run of the ball. Here's a chance for Hawthorn, and kicked off the ground by Hill, and has gone through for 1 point. Oh, Edwards, very quick he was then to shark that hit out from Schultz. Driven right down. Peck couldn't grasp the ball, and there is the scoreboard. Even Stevens now in the first quarter of the grand final of 1961 between Footscray and Hawthorn. Players set themselves. Up they go. Schultz couldn't pull it down. Neither could Cooper. The ball is on the ground again. It's picked up now. Here is a chance for Edwards. But the ball has been marked down there by Charlie Evans, the reliable Evans. Evans' kick right up to the centre position. The mark has been taken there by Cooper. Cooper of Hawthorn. Just a little wide of the centre. His kick, it's a drop kick. It's a poor one. This gives the opportunity for Footscray to clear. But as in the start of all grand finals, players a little bit scrambly at the moment. A chance for Peck to mark. He was badly bustled there by Bernie Lee. And Lee gets his right foot to it. Drives the ball out of danger. Where it is marked down there by for Footscray, young Gillard. Well, there was a miraculous mark taken by Brendan Edwards. Threw himself at the ball, beat Spargo to it. Edwards drives Hawthorn into attacks. But there's Charlie Evans. He fumbles one of his very few fumbles in league football. Evans came in to grasp that ball, fumbled it, and eventually it was driven over the boundary line and out of bounds. Waiting for the throw in now. The ball is on Hawthorn's half-forward flank on the members' side of the ground. Most of the play has been over this side so far this quarter. Boundary umpire Hicks throwing in. Jostle for position there. Ware was in it for Footscray, but a free kick. It's going Footscray's way. I thought it may have been given against Bernie Lee, but umpire Swab said no, and Bernie Lee will take the free kick between the half back flank rather, and back pocket for Footscray. Drives it along the grandstand wing here. In nips Gardner, but is grabbed as he got hold of the ball. Spargo comes in. Cameron McDonald tries a kick off the ground. The players are going in there regardless. Spargo has the opportunity now, as pushed as he kicks. It goes out to Quarrell. Quarrell fumbled the ball as players came in on top of him, and it goes over the boundary line out of bounds in front of the Graysmith stand. Footscray into attack once again. There's a throw in. They set themselves. Up they go. And neither ruckman really got the hit down. It's in the hands now of McPherson. Back to Spargo there of Footscray. Spargo drives across. And if that Hawthorn player didn't get the free kick or the mark, he certainly got the free kick. Into attack now. Footscray through the agency of Schultz. No mark taken. The ball is on the ground. One Hawthorn player against three Footscray, but the Hawks coming in now, flying in to protect their teammate, and umpire Frank Swab must call for the bounce. The bounce in Footscray centre half forward position. Unattended, Winicky knocks the ball down. It's cleared for Hawthorn. Nobody able to get it in. Comes Charlie Evans, cleverly manoeuvres his opponent out of the way. Young Cunningham gets his boot to the ball, drives it up to the half-forward flank. Here is a mark has been taken. Yes, it will be paid to Gardner, is it? No, not Gardner. Bryant. Bryant has the ball on the wing position for Footscray. It's a poor kick, though. In comes Ian Law, unable to pick up, fumble that one. Quarrell has the opportunity now. He fumbles it too, over to Ware. Ware handballs to Hobbs. Hobbs drives into the teeth of goal, but Hawthorn unopposed there. Killer Kane takes the mark in defence. In the back pocket, Kane will drive out along the members' wing now. Another Hawthorn player unopposed, plays on now, handballs to Law. Down to where Morton Brown had the opportunity, wasn't quick enough. Into attack they go again. It looks like Graham Arthur, but he falls over. Play goes on. Ware has the opportunity, but kicks into Uren, and the ball goes over the boundary line and out of bounds.
I've noticed, Mike, that Spargo seems to be just a little on top in the centre. Edwards has had his share of kicks, but I think Spargo has been a very damaging player. And also noticing now that there's Whitten with the ball now, and he's just come onto the ball, and there doesn't seem to be any evidence of a bad leg by Ted Whitten.
Oh, there was a beautiful mark pulled down by Cam McPherson over the top of Quarrell. Quarrell seems to be just a little bit tentative in his play. Another tentative player was Schultz then, who dropped that sitter of a mark However, it gives young Eon the opportunity to clear. He drives to the outer wing there. Players coming in from all directions. An opportunity there for Footscray to go further into attack through McCullough. The ball is way on the outer side of the ground. A free has been given to Hawthorn. There's the kick, driven down to the half-forward flank. Hawthorn still into attack now. Hoyles tried to get up high, couldn't do so. The ball is handballed across, and it looks Schultz very quickly onto the ball there. Took it and, round the neck. Quite an obvious one to Hawthorn. Looks like Brendan Edwards over there who has taken the free kick right down into the forward zone. Another mark spilt by Charlie Evans. Charlie's fumbling badly today. It seems the Footscray boys are quite tentative, as I said earlier. Hawthorn seem to be sure of it.
Very unusual for Charlie Evans. That's two we've seen him spill, and it's not quite like Charlie, but I'm sure that he'll redeem himself during the day.
Right now we're waiting for the throw-in. There's the throw-in. Ware went very high for Footscray, got a backhanded hit out. The ball is on the ground. Ian has it, and he will take the free kick. Plays on very quickly into the centre of the ground. Spargo coming in. Here's another chance for McCullough to put Footscray further down. Players fly high for nobody able to pull it down, and Slattery fell over just when he had the opportunity. But in comes Quarrell. Wasn't quick enough. Has a second bite of the cherry and puts it through. That's his second. Johnny Quarrell's second. There's the score. Hawthorn 1-1. Footscray 2-1 in the 1961 Grand Final. Well, Footscray, although tentative, you could see then that Quarrell didn't go through clearly as a confident player would. Although he dropped the ball, he was very quickly onto it again, and with his left foot popped it through for Footscray's second goal. Or goal, rather. They probably like goal anyhow. To take up the description now, the commentary, former Geelong captain and coach Reg Hickey, and my old pal Jeff Raymond.
Thanks very much, Mike. Umpire Schwab bounces the ball in the centre of the ground. This time it's nobody's advantage from the hit out, but Hawthorn going into attack. Round the half-forward flank there through Fisher. However, Footscray fighting through Schultz. Schultz gets caught in possession, gets pushed and bolstered out of the way, and the ball comes back to the centre of the ground once again, where play on. No, umpire Schwab has his hand up. He's apparently blown the whistle. I couldn't hear him blow it, but it's a kick to Footscray, and it's going back here to Bryant. Bryant for Footscray has the kick near the centre of the ground. He kicks into the man on the mark. Collier Wren gives Hawthorn a chance to come through MacArthur. MacArthur, the centre half back, gets the ball down to the centre where Uren comes through again, follows it up with a left foot kick down to the full forward position. Where Peck overruns the ball. Schultz has it. Look at him fall over there. Does a Catherine wheel. The ball's perilously close to the boundary line. However, just before it can go out of bounds, Law picks it up, sends it into play again, and Footscray relieving here very well indeed through Bernie Lee. However, back they come through Brendan Edwards. Hawthorn not to be denied here. They're doing a lot of attacking at this stage. Charlie Evans, a little bit of fumbling again there. Don't want to nominate him all the time because it would have been very good work on Charlie's part to have got his hands to the ball. He was looking after Graham Arthur when the ball unexpectedly came into his direction. Now on the throw-in, just a few yards round from the behind post, there's an infringement in the ruck, and it's Hawthorn to take it through John Peck. John Peck coming out from goals. He seemed to be rucking there, Reg.
Could be, Jeff. Just coming on the ball just the right time there and in the right place for Hawthorn, really.
Well, here's a chance for him to make the scores level once again. His kick is not a good one. It's out of bounds. Floated right across the goals. He was probably allowing for a bit of wind that may have been helped him earlier, but there's certainly none at this moment, Reg.
Oh, no, it's a very dead calm as the ball's thrown in right in the front of the goal, and no one gets the touchdown here. But Hawthorn boy gets them picked up and attacked, and the Footscray centre half back Hoyles has come right through the centre and fired it up onto the wing.
Well, now on the wing it's all Footscray, but all coming through very solidly for Hawthorn is MacArthur. Right back, he's in centre half forward position now, having come through from centre half back. A lot of weight being thrown around there. Did you see a man go down just after the play had gone a little bit forward? There's another one. There's some nasty ones in there, some nasty blows indeed. Well, now trainers are rushing onto the ground, but I think this boy Hobbs is all right. It's Mervyn Hobbs, the star Footscray rover that you see there, going back to take his kick. His kick is over the centre line. He's favouring his leg after he'd kicked the ball, and the trainer is now attending to him. Meanwhile, there's Teddy Whitten in there with Gardner from Footscray. Gardner getting his kick down. towards the goals, but another infringement. Now play is a little bit willing at this stage. Saw Teddy trying to equalise things a minute ago.
Might have been a little bit costly, Jeff, when he equalised them. I think the free kick may have gone against
Yes,
Ted,
that may have been the occasion of the free kick. Well, I think at this stage, umpire Schwab very rightly is steadying the game down, as we see for Hawthorn Fisher, the wingman, who's playing about the half-back position when he kicked that ball. Down was a costly miss in the centre. Hobbs coming through, gets met again, goes down again, and over close to the boundary line and out of bounds goes the ball in the centre wing position on the outer side of the ground. On the throw-in, it's a lot of bullocking at the moment, not able to get clear. However, Footscray get clear here with a nice hand pass. Down onto their half-forward line comes the ball, only to see Hawthorn, strong in defence on that half-back line, get the ball out of bounds, although they're being very, very hard pressed on the half-back line. At the moment, I would say MacArthur, Reg has been doing the best of the three half-backs.
He's coming through very hard, Jeff, isn't he? He's meeting everything that comes in his way. And here's a kick.
Well, here's a chance for Hawthorn as it's only about 30 yards out from their goal, and 1 point only. Well, that was Cunningham, the new boy for Hawthorn, trying to pick him up there, who had the shot for goal. He was on quite an angle. He put it through for 1 point only to make the scores on the board at this stage. Footscray 2-1, 13 points, leading Hawthorn 1-2, 8 points. Waiting for Bernie Lee, the Footscray fullback, to walk into the goal square to kick off. There he is. He's coming up now. Hasn't been kicking off too well. That's a low one, but it's getting quite a bit of distance. Goes up to where Schultz couldn't quite get up for the ball. Apparently not doing the damage so far this week that he did last week. Brendan Edwards has it for Hawthorn. Puts the ball right down. No, it doesn't go quite to the teeth of goal. Graham Arthur comes in. He's fumbling the ball. Gets it kicked away from him. There's a chance now for Gary Young, who wasn't able to pick up the ball either there. Coming out is Ware for Footscray. However, he knocks the ball in front of him to where Arthur picks it up, kicks for goal, and it goes through for another behind. 1 more point onto the score for Hawthorn. Well, they're doing a lot of attacking, Reg.
Yes, Jeff, they're not getting in those through the big six that they're wanting at this stage of the game, actually. Actually, the game's a little bit fumbly. I think both teams are a little bit anxious yet. Don't you think that way?
Ah, yes, there's not the certainty there that I'm sure we'll see in later quarters of the match. However, the pace has been on, and it's frequently hard to follow just how fast the ball is going down the field from the boots and the hand passing off Footscray. There's a hand pass there from Quarrell. Beautifully done. Quarrell is in everything so far for Footscray. Teddy Whitten gets the ball. He could have a shot for goal here. No, he's not. He's elected for a short pass. Footscray still have a chance here, but the ball goes off Kane and out of bounds just in front. I think that was Beamish down there. Hobbs, the Footscray rover. Kane doing good work, keeping the ball out in those hard pressing Footscray attacks. Now on the throw-in, looked to be one in the back there to Hawthorn. Teddy Whitten, I think, old in the head, tried to pull one. Down goes a head, and what's happening here? No, it's not the sort of thing to do. You don't get a free kick for doing that. Killer Kane with the ball there, just taps it over the boundary line and out of bounds. It's around about the 30-yard mark from the behind post. And you can see the state of the weather by the sunshine and the silhouettes of the spires being thrown out there. Now in the ruck, Whitten from behind, can't do much with the ball there. However, it's gone across the line and out of bounds.
Jeff, Whitten to me seems just a wee bit proppy at the moment, result of that leg last week.
Well, he's not getting in front as he usually does, is he?
No, definitely not, Jeff.
Watch him this time. No, he's not there. Now here's Hawthorn with a chance to come into attack, but very good groundwork by their big ruckman. Schultz for Footscray puts them back again into attack off the boot of Beamish. Out of bounds. The Hawthorn backs are keeping the ball in that pocket there, member side of the ground, just about 30 yards round. You can gauge the position by that shadow, the split in the shadow of light there. It's been round about there for the last 5 minutes or so. On the knockdown, it's Winnicky gets the tap down, but coming out with the ball for Footscray was Graham Ian, that is, not Barry Ian. Centre half forward. 2 Ians in the team, of course. Barry Ian in the half-back flank and Graham Ian at centre half forward. Well, once again, it's a throw-in, this time a bit closer, just a few yards away from the behind post. Winnicky goes high, gets the tap down, but there's an infringement as he does so, and which way is the kick going? Hawthorn's way. Well, no, it's not. It's going to Whitten. Teddy Whitten's coming back to take the kick. Well, he hasn't been doing much so far, but if he kicks this goal, he'll have a nice, handy little lead on the board for his team. Here's his kick. It's only very close in, and it's through, right through the centre for a goal. Well, that's one to Teddy Whitten from a free, right in front.
Jeff, maybe that's what he's foxing for when he's lying around the front of the pack in front there, you know. He's down the pack for quite a while in front of it, just waiting for one of those.
Well, I thought that he tried to do that just a moment ago, Reg,
and
that time it came off.
That's it. Old fox, you know.
Well, what a handy one that is to put on the board. 2 from the boot of Quarrel and now 1 from the boot of Teddy Whitten, and the score's on the board 3-1, 19 points to 9 points Hawthorn. 19 points Footscray to 9 points Hawthorn. Now back in the centre of the ground again with Hawthorn desperately wanting to get back in the game, but Schultz stopping them there with a mighty knockout where the ball comes out towards Gardner. Gardner turns well, plays on, down into the full forward zone. Whitten is there, and he's taken the mark. Well, there was nothing wrong with his leg that time, Reg.
Oh, no, Jeff, he came out the full lot then. Gave it the Herbs all the way, and he's only about 30 yards in front of goal. On an angle, I mean, but not too much of an angle, I don't think, for Teddy Whitten.
Well, it's about the same angle on the other side of the ground, I would say, to the last goal that he got. Here he comes. The kick is a good one. It's through, I would say, for another goal, yes. Well, there are the scores on the boards with Footscray 4-1, 25 points, leading Hawthorn 1-3, 9 points, and here's a sudden burst by Footscray. 2 goals from Mr. Football himself, Ted Whitten, have given them a grip on this first quarter. Of course, you already know the result. But at the moment, Footscray, Reg are seemingly... Oh, look at Schultz, another mighty knockout from the centre. He put his team into attack just a moment ago the same way, but now holding things up is a free kick here, being picked out of the pack, and it's going to Hawthorn through the person of Stead Hay. Hay's kick is to the centre-half forward position. Hoyle's going from behind, but the free kick will go to Gary Young. Hoyle's had one hand, I would say, on Gary Young's shoulder as he came in for the mark, and he went to punch the ball with the other hand. Right to the teeth of goal goes the kick by Gary Young, with Cunningham coming around the outside of the pack, but not able to get rid of the ball before he's over the line and out of bounds. More purpose down forward, Reg, Footscray?
I think so, yes, Jeff, very much. Ooh, nearly a free there against Schultz. He pushed the Hawthorn boy out of the way, and it's over the line again, just in front. Jeff, I was going to remark that maybe that end is favouring Footscray. After all, they took the breeze, didn't they?
Well, Teddy Whitten won the toss. He elected to kick towards that end, so I suppose he did expect some advantage in this first quarter from whatever breeze there is. But it's not the breeze to any great extent here at the MCG. Well, the ball's being retrieved from the top of the race there by your friendly Victorian policeman. And here's the throw-in. Now it's at Hawthorn's end, just a few yards from the behind post. There's a great battle going on in the ruck there between Peck and Schultz. Looked to be a free kick twice, but it's going neither way, and here's a chance now for Footscray to clear the ball. However, back it comes through. After the play, Brendan Edwards got set down. Back it comes, the centre-half forward position for Hawthorn. Oh, tapped by Hawthorn, but there's no Hawthorn player there. It was nearly got away by Ware. He got a bit of surprise himself, and now Brendan Edwards comes in, has a shot, but hit as he got rid of the ball, and he's laying on the ground. He got hit very hard then, but meantime the ball has gone down, and it's a goal to Hawthorn. Well, it was kicked by Ian Law. I was watching back at the blow received after the play there by Brendan Edwards. He was lying prone on the ground when that goal was kicked by Ian Law. Reg, makes it a bit more interesting.
That brings them right back into the play now, and if there's any bite on this game, I'm sure neither side are lacking it. They've all giving it and taking it. Here's Schultz in the centre now, and he's again got the hit out, but it didn't go successfully. Fell on your end, got it, and fired it down to centre-half forward, where it was caught by the Footscray half-back, but he's attacked, and there's a bit of a ball up. No, it's not. It's going to be a free kick to Ian Mort of Hawthorn, a dead centre-half forward.
Well, as Ian Law takes his kick, a left footer sends it right down to the teeth of goal, where Charlie Evans should mark, and does mark. Yes, it'll be paid back to Mike Williamson.
Thanks, Jeff. Well, Charlie, I said earlier, was slightly hesitant, fumbling a bit, but by golly, in the last 10 minutes, he's shown the surety that we expect from this great little back pocket player. Evans of Footscray pulled down a glorious mark there. Here's Charlie driving along the grandstand wing. Players set themselves for the mark. Bryant is in there. However, the ball comes on the ground, picked up by Beamish. He is grabbed by Uren. Eventually kicked further upfield by Footscray. Quarrel is in there, so too is Brendan Edwards for Hawthorn, but the ball goes over the boundary line and out of bounds. There's the Hawthorn bugler into attack again. There's the knockdown from Cooper. It's on the ground, nobody able to pick up. Edwards has the chance here, but Mort Brown is in his way, and eventually the free kick goes to Edwards. He plays on without any hesitation down to Cunningham. Cunningham can't grasp it. Here's a chance for Footscray to clear, and a free kick has been given as Ian Mort has a few words to say to Gillard of Footscray. There's the kick going right down into the forward zone. Schultz, can he run fast enough? Yes, he does, and eventually clears with his left foot to the outer side of the ground. A chance here for Footscray to clear properly. They do so over to McCullough. McCullough is well down from his half-forward position, drives up towards the centre half-forward, but the ball is kicked off. No, it hasn't gone out. I thought it was going to go over the boundary line, but eventually it does. Waiting for the throw-in now on the outer side of the ground on Footscray's half-forward flank. There's Ware in there for Footscray. He gets the tap down. Nobody able to gain complete possession of the ball until Footscray does so now, right up to the centre half-forward position. Players fly, nobody able to pull down. Hobbs went high, but eventually it's McPherson rather, who cleared that ball, only to see it marked there by Ware of Footscray on the wing position, between the wing and the half-forward flank there on the outer side of the ground. Ware coming in to take his kick, drives it towards the forward pocket. Hobbs sets himself for another one of his spectacular marks. This one doesn't come off. Eventually Footscray gained possession, but the ball over the boundary line and out once again on the half-forward flank.
Well, that was an attempt by Jack Slattery to swing it back into the game, but he couldn't do so. I've noticed, Mike, that as you suggested, Hobbs has been rising high in the forward pocket but hasn't been able to do any of his spectacular marks as he did last Saturday. But I'm sure as the game goes along, he'll keep attempting and he'll certainly get hold of one.
Thank you, Bert Deacon. Another throw in there on the outer side of the ground, still on Footscray's half-forward flank. Ware is in there. Ball is on the ground. It's picked up very smartly, driven into attack for Hawthorn to the wing position, but once again the boundary umpire has some work to do. It's on the wing position on the outer side of the ground. There's a throw-in. Players fly high, knocked down by Ware of Footscray. It's on the ground, and once more over the boundary line and out.
Interesting to note, Mike, that this boundary umpire that's throwing in now, if you haven't mentioned before, that's Herb Kent, that's umpiring his 300th game today on the boundary of league football.
Great runner in his day too, Herbie. There's a free kick going Footscray's way now. Looks like big Spargo, is it? Bobby Spargo, the centre man, has the ball wide of his centre position. There's his kick. Oh, lovely kick too. Right down. Players fly high, and the mark has been pulled down by E. Whitten. There seems to be a little dissension between Teddy Whitten and Kane. However, umpire Frank Swab rules your kick, Edward.
And there's no doubt about it, Mike. That was a mark by Whitten, without any doubt.
Well, Teddy's about 40 yards out from goal. Has the opportunity of putting Footscray further ahead. There's his kick, and it's 1 point only. Just he got the distance all right, but slightly off the side of his boot, through for only 1 point. And now Les Kane will take the kick off. Looks as though he may favour the member side of the ground. Here's his kick. Not a bad one, right out to the half-back flank. They set themselves up, they go. Nobody pulls down the mark, but Ian Law is in there for the Hawks. The ball is going towards the boundary line, but Law very cleverly hooks it back. It's hit out by Uren. In comes Brendan Edwards. He's in everything today. The ball is fumbled there. Players go down, no free kick given. Uren into it once again, drives down towards the reliable Charlie Evans. Way out, he's up on the centre line now, gets his kick, sends it towards the centre half-forward position, and a mark has been pulled down there in defence for Hawthorn by Stead Hay. Stead, the half-back flanker for the Hawks. He clears now, drives towards the centre position, up they go, nobody able to pull it down. Ian Mort missed that one, gets his left foot to it, it comes across to Law. Law is grabbed. The ball down on the Hawks centre half-forward position, over it goes to Mort Brown, he handballs across. Eventually it comes back to Ian Mort. Mort kicks into the man. They're doing great battle here. Mort Brown eventually gets his foot to the ball and sends it through for 1 point. Another point to Hawthorn. By golly, Bert, these Hawthorn players, we're not making excuses, but they are tremendously difficult to pick up, their numbers, I mean. They blend in with the Guernseys.
Yes, Mike, they certainly do. And another thing about them, too, they're playing this game very tough at the moment.
All right, there's the kick-off from Bernie Lee. Has been marked for Hawthorn by John Winnicky there on the half-forward flank. Winnicky coming in now to take his kick. It's a long punt kick. Gets plenty of height. And the free kick is going to Footscray against John Peck, being given to Bernie Lee. In the back pocket, he'll favour the outer side of the ground. He has no option. Nobody able to mark. It's dropped there by Footscray, by Teddy Whitten, actually. Here's a chance now for Footscray to drive into attack. Up it comes to the half-forward flank. Out comes Cameron McDonald. He's not fast enough. He's lagging behind at the moment. Hawthorn able to clear with the hand pass. It goes to MacArthur, Johnny MacArthur. He clears down and the mark is taken there in defence for Footscray by John Hoyles, the centre half back. Hoyles at wide of the centre half back position now. Driving up along the grandstand side. Up they go. No mark. Spargo went up with Hill. The ball is on the ground. It's picked up by Beamish, who has his right hand bandaged, and the ball is over the line and out of bounds at the end of the first quarter in the 1961 grand final between Hawthorn and Footscray.